Today, I'm going to teach you how to be your own grandma. So, buckle up, Gertrude. I'm Ben with YNAB, and this is Sketchy Advice. Everybody loves fun money. If you don't have personal spending money in your budget, why? Money you can spend on whatever the heck you want, no questions asked, no judgment, no guilt? Who wouldn't want that? And if you've been hanging with YNAB for a while, you've probably heard about the Wish Farm. While spending money is normally for the everyday fun stuff like movies and snacks, the Wish Farm helps you save up money for those big fun things like trips and stand mixers. It does this by using what I call Rule 2 energy. Rule 2 of YNAB, Embrace Your True Expenses, was initially designed to help you tackle those big non-monthly expenses by breaking them down into manageable chunks. It's easier to save $100 a month for the new HVAC than to drop $8,000 all at once. But that Rule 2 energy of breaking things down doesn't just apply to disaster prevention, it also applies to good time invention. Hence the Wish Farm. And that's all great. But you know what's missing? Grandma energy. $20 in my jacket energy. You know when you just get money out of the blue and you're allowed to just spend it on whatever you want? You just get to splurge? What if you could capture that energy in your budget too? Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Splurge Capsule. Basically, you're taking Rule 2 energy and setting yourself up for little joyful surprises in the future. Here's how it works. First, determine how much money you want to set aside for this each month. For this example, let's say $40. Next, you're going to create a new category group called Splurge Capsules, or whatever you want to call it. You guys clearly have no problem coming up with creative names for things, so, go nuts. You're going to want to move that category group to the bottom of your budget so you don't see it too often. Now you're going to populate it with categories. I'm going to make 3. Splurge 2024, Splurge 2026, and Splurge 2028. From here, there's 2 ways I can do this. The way I prefer is to set a savings balance by date target. I choose the amount of money I want to fall into my lap, and then I choose a random date within that year. You could make it the same month in every category, like a Splurge September that becomes an every other year thing, but I prefer to keep it a little more random so it feels more surprising and spontaneous. When I hit enter, I can see how much I need to set aside per month to make that number happen. And then I just play around. So I can see here that $200 in 2024 is about $13 a month. $400 in 2026 is around $14 a month. After that, I tried doing $600 in 5 years, but it turns out that's only $9 a month. And I said I wanted to do more. So if I bump it up to $800, I can see that that only costs me $12 a month. So we'll go with that. Now I've got 3 Splurge Capsules collectively pulling $40 a month from my budget that are going to give me increasingly awesome rewards in the future. Now, there's another way to set this up, and that's just create a monthly savings builder target and just decide on an amount. Maybe $10 for 2024, $12 for 2026, and $18 for 2028. This makes the final number for those later targets a bit more of a surprise. For instance, if I decided to do Splurge September with these numbers, I'll have $120 in 2024, $430 in 2026, and just over $1,000 for 2028. This method is quicker to set up and less fiddly, but I personally prefer the first one because I like fiddling. I'm a fiddler, if you will. So choose whatever works best for you. Once you've set those targets, create a reminder. Mark the date on a calendar, schedule an email to yourself, or schedule a $0 transaction to that category in YNAB. Once you've done that, toggle that category group closed and try to avoid looking at it as much as possible. Now you just slowly fund those capsules over time until your reminder tells you to open one. And then you can spend that money on whatever you want. Expedite a Wish Farm crop, stash it in fun money, blow it all on pudding cups. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you've added a bit of dopamine wizardry to your budget for the low cost of $13 a month. If you have a partner, you can make this even more fun. Decide together how much you're willing to set aside each month, then decide on the general time frame for each target. And then have your partner create your capsules without telling you the details, and vice versa. That way, when a capsule pops up, it will be an even greater surprise. Now, when a capsule does pop off, you can start a new one. And here's what's really cool. My next natural step will be to create a Splurge 2030 capsule. I was already setting aside $13 a month, so doing the same thing should feel exactly the same. But it's not, because in 2024, 2030 will be 6 years away. $13 a month over 1 year got me $200. But $13 a month over 6 years nets me $1,100. So your splurges will just get bigger the longer you do this. So why not give it a try? Even if you're just socking away $5 a month for 5 years, would you turn down $300 from your grandma? Especially if that grandma was you? You don't want to break your little heart, do you? All right, grannies, that's it for me. If this channel helps you or makes you giggle and you're not subscribed, get one of your son-in-laws to help you do that. And if you're here and you haven't tried a free trial of YNAB yet, see what the kids are all talking about and hop on over to YNAB.com to give this thing a whirl. This is a whirl. That's what the kids are doing these days.